Right now, we are going to learn how to calculate the measure of positions, quartile 1 and quartile 3 for ungrouped data with frequency. So, I hope you remember what is ungrouped data with frequency. If you look at example 2.33 that we have right here, so this is example of ungrouped data with frequency. So number of computer is x, variable x, and the number of family is our frequency. So based on the question, based on the given data, calculate the lower and upper quartile. So lower quartile is Q1, upper quartile is Q2. So the step that we need to calculate the quartile right here, now step number 1, we need to find the cumulative frequency and determine the interval. Step number 2, we need to find the position of quartile 1 and then position of quartile 3. And the last one, step 3, find quartile 1 and quartile 3 based on the interval. So this is the solution. So step number 1, if you look at example 2.33 in the table just now, the first row x number of absent days and then number 2 number of students, this is the frequency. And then step number 1, find the cumulative frequency. So cumulative frequency, how to calculate the cumulative frequency? So the first data for the first number of absent days equals to 0, the frequency is 6. So the cumulative frequency when the number of absent days 0 is also 6. But then when the number of absent days 1, you need to actually total up the first one, 6 plus 8, so you're going to get 14. So the next cumulative frequency also the same, 14 plus 10, so you are going to get 24. So the next data, 24 plus 4, so 28. 28 plus 2, so the cumulative frequency is 30. So that's the first step, cumulative frequency. So the next one, you need to find the interval. So when the data, the cumulative frequency is 6, so you need to start from 1 to 6. So the highest value is 6. So for the next column, so this one, so the previous one, the last value is 6, so you need to continue with the next number, which is 7, until the maximum value is 14. So the interval is 7 to 14. So the next number, you need to continue from the previous one, 14. So the next number is 15 up to the highest value that we have here in the cumulative frequency, 24. And then the next one, after 24, we have 25. The maximum value is right here, 28. So the next one, after 28, 29, the maximum value 30. So that's how you need to find the interval. Step number 2, you need to find the position of lower and upper quartile based on the formula. So we have the formula, we only need to replace the value. So n, in this case, n is actually equals to cumulative frequency. So the total cumulative frequency that we have here is 30. So 30 plus 1, 31 divided by 4. So you're going to get 7.75. So you need to refer to the interval that we have just now. So 7.75, this is the interval that contains this value. So 7.75 fall in the number of absent days equals to 1. So you need to, so the next one, you need to find the upper quartile, the position of Q3. So the formula is also the same before this. 3 in the bracket n plus 1, so n is the cumulative frequency. 30 plus 1, 31 multiplied by 3, and then after that you need to divide by 4. So for this one, the value is 23.25. So you need to check the interval 2.25. So which of the interval that we have just now so actually contain this value. So based on our observation, we can see that quartile 3 is actually in this interval between 15 to 24. So when we highlighted the value in the table, we can see that the lower quartile actually falls in the number of absent days equals to 1. For quartile 3, the number of absent days equals to 2. So that is actually the value of quartile 1 and quartile 2. This is our final answer. So you please remember that you need to comment on the value. So for quartile 1, 25% of the students absent less than 1 day. Meanwhile, 75% of the student absent more than 1 day. If you forgot how to comment on the value, please refer to the previous video.